company. We're a brass sand casting foundry and machine shop. My great-grandfather started off the company in 1934. When I first started working here in 2009, this company was a completely different company at that point. We had all of these old machines, and through the years it was getting tougher and tougher to find people to tend to those machines.
The challenges, probably like being a machine shop anywhere across the country. Constantly trying to stay lean to compete, trying to update your technology to make that happen.
But with us swapping from the older machines to the newer CNCs, our cycle times increased by quite a bit. So to be able to make up for that loss of cycle times, we saw using the robots for after hours. When we brought in our first UR10E, we set it up with a palletizing routine, and it would pick and place from the pallets onto the gantry system of the machine. The longest run that we had with the palletizing routine lasted about 8 hours after our shift. The advantages to the ActiNav system is it's a bin picking system, so we can just bring a bin right over to the machine, set it up, and it will just start picking right from the bin. The programming for the ActiNav system is very user-friendly. We're able to download a step file right into the teach pendant, and we do a few scans on the parts and set some clearance shapes, and we're up and running. When the ActiNav system starts, it will 3D scan the bin. It will figure out which part it wants to pick from the bin. It goes in, picks it, and places it onto a regrip fixture. It then waits on a signal from our machine, and it will go pull off the finished part. It will dunk it in water to rinse the coolant off of it, and then it will drop it in a finished pan. Once it drops off in the finished pan, it goes back up to that regrip fixture that it put the raw part onto, and it places that onto the gantry system. The regrip fixture has a vibrator on it, activated by the UR robot, and it indexes the part around so it's perfectly lined up to load into the gantry system. The Hand-E gripper does both internal and external picks on the product. The internal pick will go in and open up the fingers and place it on the regrip fixture. The external uses a force feedback function with the ActiNav system that if it sees that it's pushing too hard, it will come back and it will go in for another pick. At the end of the day, we make sure that the bin's full, check the standard, and we can leave.
There's enough parts that fit in that bin where we don't have to worry about it stopping at, 11 o'clock at night. It can run all through the night. Come back to finished parts, and it's a beautiful thing. We want our employees to be able to think through problems and not just taking on mindless tasks. It does change our ability to have inventory more readily available for our customers. It gives us the ability to make lead times more predictable. I think the next steps will be taking a look at our entire operation from the foundry to the machine shop and seeing where else can we implement automation. If you're not continuously implementing automation, you're falling behind.